1985, the year where Marty McFly went back in time 30 years to kiss his mom.
It's like I'm kissing my brother.
The same year the Nintendo Entertainment System, or the NES, launched in North America, and the infamous Live Aid concerts raised millions for famine relief in Ethiopia. But it was also the start of hair metal becoming big. Tonight, we make a mixtape of some of the songs from that genre that were big in 1985 right here in the Hairband Basement.
This is the hair metal theme for the Hairband Basement Show, where I talk about hair metal and stuff and things.
Welcome to Hairband Basement. I am your host, Basement Brian, and I have a regular guest. Jay is back, and tonight we're going to talk about. I almost didn't go this far back in time. We're going to do 1985, a 1985 mixtape. I don't know. For me, I wasn't into music as I was like in 80, 86 was really the year I started getting really deep into this genre. But I mean, a lot of bands that I got later on, I backtracked and bought their albums. So decided let's fucking do this. Let's fucking do
Right.
this.
And with, as you'll find out on my list, I mean, that was really 85 was a turning point. I mean, bands were, I mean, even Bon Jovi, right? They were harder on their first couple albums. They were on Slippery When Wet, and then, of course, afterwards. So that was the hinge point to when everything went from having a little bit of a metal edge to it to the hair metal.
Yeah, I always looked at like from 80, 86 till about 88. Right? Am I got that right? Let me think here. No, from like about 84 to 86 is kind of like your formative years of the genre. By 86, I did a video on that year. That's when you started seeing albums from this genre start to get big. Like Poison's Look What the Cat Dragged In, Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet, Cinderella's Night Songs. I mean, Aerosmith had a kind of a comeback record with Permanent Vacation. So you started seeing a lot of bands that started getting big, and record companies like, oh shit, there's money with this. And then by 87, you had, your big, bunch of big albums that really blew up. And by the late 80s, there were just bands all over the place getting signed left and right. But yeah, this is one of the last like formative years before the genre really took off. That's how I always looked at it. All right, let's do this. Pop it in your mixtape. What is your leadoff track?
I'm starting with a band I really love, still to this day, Wasp. The Last Command was a great album, and the song Wild Child
Nice.
Makes this mixtape, kicks it off nice. I mean, it was a nice cheesy video back in the day, but Wasp really, I mean, they were a bit more sinister than most bands, at least in their imagery and some and I fucking love them, and they have to be represented.
I have them. I have one of their songs on my mixtape as well, and I just never just like. First of all, I did an episode on bands that we really didn't get into. I never really got deep into Wasp. I don't know why. The songs that I like with them by them, they fucking kick ass, and I don't. I can't explain it. I just can't explain it. But you're right. I don't understand how they just didn't get big.
I think some of it has to deal with. I mean, to me, they're like Dokken in a way.
Yeah.
Very, very solid. But it's like there was one ingredient that just didn't quite fill up the cup like it did for Motley Crue or whoever else. And yeah, it's just weird. They had the musicianship and they had, a lot of great songs. They should have been way bigger than they were.
Yeah, I don't understand that. And you're right. There's just that, I don't know what the word even is, that certain element that just doesn't, it wasn't there that clicked with all the other bands with the overall public. Yeah, you're so right. And I never understood that with these guys. And you're right. They are talented and they have a lot of kick-ass songs. Again, I don't know why I'm not a huge fan of them. I can't explain it. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and deny that they're not good. They're fucking awesome. They're a great band. All right, my leadoff track. You mentioned them before. It's from Bon Jovi's 7800 Fahrenheit. I went with In and Out of Love.
Ooh, great choice.
I mean, it's Bon Jovi. I'm not a big fan of the early Bon Jovi. I'll say this: I'm not a huge fan of Bon Jovi. I'll admit that. I like. I think Slippery and Wet's probably my favorite album by them. I like a good decent amount of songs off of New Jersey and a couple of songs off. What was the one after that? Keep the
Keep the
Faith.
faith.
Yeah. Other than that, never really got big into them after their heyday. And the first couple of albums, I really didn't get into too much. But yeah, that's a good one though. That just seems like the perfect way to start off this my mixtape.
I, was a pretty big fan of Bon Jovi in the early '90s.
Hmm.
I thought "Keep the Faith" was great, and I
There's a lot of
like
good stuff on
everything
it.
before that. And then there was a few songs after "Keep the Faith." There's a couple on these days that were good. I think the last song they released that I thought was worth the shit was "It's My Life," and that was 2000 ish,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep.
But um, yeah, the early stuff, I mean, it had, especially 7800 Fahrenheit, it had some harder edge shit on it for Bon Jovi.
Yeah, exactly. And I think one of the first two albums should have really done better. But yeah, I guess like we said before, that Slippery When Wet had that element that just people latched onto and it blew up for them. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make it bigger before that because that was one of Bon Jovi's things. He was like, "I'm going to become a rock star," and it took three albums to do it, and most people can't. But hey, God bless.
Right.
But I'm surprised that one of these first two albums didn't get big in some way.
Well, I think as time went on and they started involving Desmond Child, I think
Hmm.
that was what they didn't have the first couple albums.
Okay, yeah,
When they got that, I mean, you look at what he did for anybody. I mean,
that's true.
pick your artist. The guy's got a golden touch. Not with
Yeah,
every
it's
song, but enough, to really make you pick up steam.
yeah, and that's the weird thing with producers. I mean, obviously they're not huge names like the rock stars themselves, but they're the ones making these albums that blow up and make these people rock stars, basically. It's just
Right.
like, yeah, like you said, you got that golden touch. You're living a good life, just like the like the musicians are. Probably
I
better than
mean,
some of them.
well, you look at Desmond Child's catalog, you got everything from Disco Kiss to fucking Ricky Martin. I mean, it's a pretty broad spectrum that dude
Yeah.
can write. And if you listen to any of it, you could take and switch the instruments or the people involved, and you could about turn it into any genre you wanted.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, what's your second track?
Oh, mine's actually off the same album. Only Lonely.
Oh, okay. That's a good one too. All right.
Yeah, I think off the first two albums, that's probably my favorite song.
Okay. All
Uh,
right.
it's
Again,
got a little bit of a ballady touch to it, but not
mhm.
much. But catchy as shit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. See, I never really got deep into the first two albums. I don't know. I guess I'm the one of the people that never clicked with. But yeah, you're right. That's a good track. There are some good tunes on those first two albums. And I agree with that. All right, my second one is from your opening, same album. Yeah, your opening track was I went with "Blind in Texas" by Wasp from The Last Command. That is such a killer tune. The
It
way it just
is.
starts off with dan 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 dan. Oh, it's fucking fantastic. And
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
the spoken word part when the bart says, "You got to go home. Go home. My home's in L.A. I'm gonna ride a horse to L.A."
Right. I mean, that's a fucking great song. And it's another one of those kind of full throttle, 80s hard rock tunes that you could, I mean, you could crack somebody over the head with a fucking pool cue in a bar fight too, and it just fits fucking perfectly.
Exactly, a tequila fueled bar fight. It's exactly what it's for. Yeah, that's one of my favorites by them. Yeah, I always like that one. All right, your third track.
I mentioned the band already. In a comparison, the band is Dokken, and I'm gonna go with Unchained Tonight.
Ooh, good one.
That fucking, I mean, George Lynch is just such a phenomenal guitar player, and he's wrote so many just incredible riffs, and that
Yeah.
is certainly one of them. I mean, it's just oh, fucking insane. And I mean, that's back when, of course, Don could still sing, and he had a fucking incredible voice back then.
Yeah.
And it's just Dawkins had so much good shit, and especially this album. It's almost one of those desert island albums where there's really
I
nothing
get
bad off of it.
I mean, my favorite by them is Back for the Attack, but this was right there. It is just this, just a hair away from being either tied or possibly surpassing it. I mean, I got a song off the album later in my mixtape, but you're right. So many killer songs, and yeah, George Lynch fucking comes up with such great licks. It's unbelievable, and riffs and all that kind of shit. It's unbelievable.
I
Another
personally
band.
think he should have been a far, you know, more revered player than he ended up being. I mean, George Lynch is a hero to many, but he didn't get to the level that I feel like he should have been. He should have been way, way fucking higher on the list of guitar gods and heroes.
Yeah, and I think if you play the instrument or like the genre, he's up there. But for regular people, no,
Right.
they're not going to. They're not going to. And I have to say though, that album cover fucking sucks though. It's a stupid
It
album
does.
cover
There
with
were
that.
so many horrible covers in the fucking 80s. It's
Oh
insane.
God, yeah. But like they got the goofy big broad shoulder pads and the pastel fucking outfits, and it's like, oh, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
someone needed to call B. Arthur on the Golden Girls and say that Don Dawkins stole her fucking wardrobe.
Color blouse. Cause oh shit. I think it was I heard an interview with Don Dokken that was like, well, that wasn't our choice. The fucking record company made us do that. And it's just like, God damn, you fucking whores will do anything for those record companies just to get that
What
shit
did
out there.
what did Stephen Piercy say in the 90s? He called rap fashion metal or something like that. And it was on some MTV special that they interviewed him. And he's right.
I
If you think
guess.
about it, that at that point of the mid to late 80s, you, know, you had designers picking out your clothes or deciding what you're going to wear. You didn't have any fucking say in it. You want to be
Yeah.
famous or you want to be back on the strip with a bunch of other schmoes that ain't going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. From like 83-ish till about 86, some of those fucking outfits were goofy as all shit. Look at
Mhm.
pictures of Quiet Riot, it looks stupid. Twisted Sister had their whole makeup and fucked up outfit thing going for them. I mean,
Mhm.
they're on my list later, but Motley Crue had that goofy look. Dokken, I mean,
Everybody,
obviously
even the
Poison,
fucking,
Cinderella.
even the Scorpions
Yes.
wore some stupid looking shit.
Yes, exactly. And then I don't know what happened by 87. All I got just tossed to the side, and it was just like, all right, ripped jeans, t-shirts, and a leather jacket. That's what we're all dressed like bikers now.
Oh,
That's a
maybe
better
that's all they
look.
could find left.
I,
Most of the fucking spandex have been used up by everybody else.
I guess so. Except Pretty Boy Floyd. In 89, they were still doing the fucking
Yeah,
85 shit, putting makeup on and pink leather pants
give
and all that
Steve
crap.
Summers credit. He certainly does appreciate the image from back
Yeah.
then.
There you go. Yeah. My number three. I mean, we've talked about this song, this album. The opening riff made it to mouth riffs. Lay It Down by Rat off of Invasion of Your Privacy. Like
Oh
I was
fuck
gonna
yes.
go with fuck, what was it? Don't blame it. Don't is it Don't Blame It on Love? I don't blame. Now, fuck, I'm thinking that never use love. I was gonna go with that because probably might be my favorite song off the album. Then I'm like, now that opening riff, that's got to be on here. It's so fucking killer.
Oh, absolutely. That's shit. It's a masterpiece. I mean, Warren DeMartini and Robert Crosby were such a great guitar duo, and they came up with so many memorable songs. It's a damn shame that Robin's not around to try to bring
Yeah,
that back, but
yeah.
we still have all that stuff we can listen to from back then, at least.
I think they get almost less credit as musicians than by the general population than George Lynch does.
Oh, I would
Like,
agree.
yeah, they're just not. I don't know, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just fucking killer stuff, and the guys can play, and for some reason, they're not up there. They're just not. The people don't. If you watch like YouTube videos that with guitarists that talk about 80s metal, they all know these guys. They all understand how good they
Right.
were. But yeah, most people just don't. I don't know what it is with the two guitarists. They don't give them credit as a duo. I don't know why.
I don't know. I've always been partial to two guitar bands. And it just opens up so much more
I get
space.
that. I get that. But as a bassist, I like to be able to hear that bottom end when the guitarist goes into a solo. I
I,
mean,
I'll give you that.
like Van Halen was my favorite band. I was heavily influenced in my formative years on bass by Michael Anthony, and now that I know how to play the instrument, quote unquote, like you listen to stuff he's doing in the background as Eddie Van Halen's doing Eddie Van Halen. It's like fuck, this guy definitely should get more credit than what he gets. You know, same with like
Definitely.
Pantera. I always liked when Dimebag started doing a solo and just listening to the groove of the bass on those solos is fucking nice. Really nice.
Rex Brown is fucking criminally underrated as a bass.
Yes, totally. Totally. It's such a killer rhythm section in that band too. And yeah, he
Oh hell
is
yes.
so underrated. Totally agree with that. All right, you're number four. We're on four already? Holy shit.
Yeah, I am going to go with Trial by Fire by Kiss.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
I know you're a big Kiss fan, and as am I, and rest in
70s
peace,
Kiss.
Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
Um, but when I got into Kiss, it started with Revenge, and then I went
Okay.
back. So I am a bigger 80s Kiss fan than I am 70s.
Hmm.
But um, I guess that's just how it chips fell. I love them both. But if I were
Okay.
to have to pick, I'm going to take 80s Kiss over 70s.
Oh, I'm 70s
And I
Kiss.
suppose it's that, song wise, I mean, there's a lot of great songs from the 80s, but I'm a huge fan of Bruce Kulick's guitar playing.
I get that.
So, Asylum's a great album, and I could have picked a handful of different songs off there, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I love the melody of Trial by Fire. It's just an insanely catchy fucking song.
It's an insanely stupid album cover, though. I fucking hate that album cover. It looks
Yeah,
so dumb.
welcome to all the neon. I mean,
I know. It's got like green lips and shit. What the fuck it is? Like, come
mhm.
on. What are you doing? I mean, I always said that an album cover when it's just the band is fucking lazy, especially if you have a name for the album. The only exception was Kiss, but that one doesn't work. That one just
Right.
doesn't work for
Well, I
me.
mean, I'll cut him a little bit of slack because this was the '80s, and people that designed all of the album covers. I mean, they got their fucking nose buried in a pile of blow. So,
Yeah,
I mean, their better judgment left a little bit to be desired.
but also it's like we went back to going back to the other stuff about the fashion at the time. It was all neon, fucking glow in the dark shit and goofy patterns and all that kind of crap. So yeah, I get that. Yeah, Kiss album '85. I said this. I've said this before too. But by the '80s, Kiss weren't trendsetters anymore. They were
Oh,
they were
if they
followers.
well, that they're far from the only band to do that, but they
Yeah,
may
oh
have
yeah.
been the first. Where, but if you look at it, Motley Crue ended up doing the same goddamn thing. In the
Hmm.
80s, they were the trendsetters. When Vince Neil was out of the band after Decade of Decadence, all of a sudden they became the followers. They followed Pantera with their 94 album. They tried to follow whatever the, I don't know what the fuck it was by doing Generation Swine. So,
Dog shit. They're following
right,
dog shit.
then just, kind of straight up rock became fashionable again. Then you get new tattoo. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of bands that, when they lose their way, they just try to follow somebody else. Doesn't work to the greatest results.
See, I always thought with Motley Crue, your Generation Swine, it's fucking audio diarrhea. I don't know what the fuck.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's this whole thing where Karabi wrote some of that, and he was supposed to be in the band, and they couldn't switch up the songs. They got Vince Neil back, all this fucking shit. But I always felt after that, they kept trying to chase being what they were in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like this cutting edge fucking metal band. And it was like they just couldn't do it. I mean, when you're in your 50s, it's like, dude, you're not going to start. When you start singing about banging girls and doing drugs
It's the same
and
thing that
worshiping the
Dee
devil, you
Snider
sound
said
goofy.
back in the 80s. He said, how am I supposed to write songs about being pissed off when I'm living in a mansion and I got millions of dollars? I mean,
Exactly. Have the rest of the
when
band
when
write
you
that because
don't
they should
have
have
that
that.
hunger anymore,
Yeah.
if you don't have that fire, you don't have it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just that simple.
Yeah, and I mean it's rare when you make it big as a band, you get kind of soft when you live in a mansion, have pools and millions of dollars. You're not, like you said, you're not as hungry. And I remember, God, when the fuck did Rage Against the Machine break up the first time? Late 90s or so?
So I think so.
And it's hard to be pissed off at society when you're a millionaire now. Your
Right.
attitude kind of changes, and it's just like, yeah, things aren't that bad. I go to the ATM and withdraw a fuckload of money and buy a Lamborghini. Yeah, I'm not too pissed off at capitalism at the moment, kind of thing. And I kind of get
Exactly.
that. Yeah, I get that. All right, my number four. We actually had a text conversation about this, that this album should be on the fucking mixtape. When did it come out? Wikipedia itself has different fucking years. I never checked my. I'll check my cassette later. I forgot all about it. I remember a lot of places said it was 85, so I went with it. From White Lion's debut, Fight to Survive, all the Fallen Men. There's so many goddamn good songs on that album. It's
Yeah. If we were doing honorables, I got a couple off that
Yeah,
album that just didn't
yeah,
make the
and
top,
it's
didn't make
just
the tape,
like
but
I didn't
fucking
know
great
that fucking
stuff.
album even existed. Because when I got White Lion's Pride, when Weight started kind of getting big, it was I saw it on MTV and got the album. Like, holy shit, this is fucking great. For a while, I thought it was the debut, and then I think in '88 they did a show at the Ritz that was aired on MTV, and Mike Tramp said, "Oh, this is a song off our first album. It's called Broken Heart." And I'm like, "What? What? Are you fucking kidding me? I never heard of this fucking album." And it took me a while to track down the cassette. 'Cause I'm an old fuck, because no one had it. And I think part of the problem with the year is it was released in Japan in '85, and then I want to say Elektra bought them out and re-released it again under their label in '86. So the year's all over the fucking place. I said, "Fuck it, no, I'm not gonna." I didn't put it on an '86 mixtape, and it has to represent it somewhere. So I said, "Screw it, I'll put it on this one." But it's such a fantastic album, great
Oh,
album.
fuck yeah. And, that's one thing, you know, most bands back then didn't break off their first album. They had something
Hmm.
that flew under the radar. And I mean, you could say the same even some bands that came out in the 70s. Def Leppard comes to mind. I mean, their first album kind of, I mean, compared to everything else, I mean, half the fucking people don't even know it exists.
Yeah, someone like Ryan doesn't like it. What the fuck? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? I do like that one. I do like that one. They got shit from their fans back in England because they had that song "Hello America" on it, and it was like, "What the
Yeah, I
fuck?"
remember hearing about
Yeah,
that.
we've been supporting you this whole time. Why is that country the place you want to focus on? It's like, well, if you make it big in the United States, you're gonna become fucking millionaires and become rock stars. That's why. Little piss ass fucking island country with a few million, as opposed to hundreds of millions of people in the U.S. That's why, motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
But
how you closing out side one on your mixtape?
I'm going to close it out with a band that is kind of tied to my last pick. Um, I'm going with Easier Said Than Done by Keel.
Ooh, all right. I thought I had a
And
Kill
I
song in
mean,
my
I
hand.
love The Right to Rock. The fucking album's great. But remember, Gene Simmons was involved, and he was actually one of the writers of Easier Said Than Done.
Okay.
And if you listen to the song, it's not a stretch to picture it being a Kiss song.
Hmm.
Whether he wrote it specifically for Keel, whether it was a leftover from Asylum or whatever, I don't know. But
Yeah,
it's a great song. Keel's a fucking phenomenal band.
I'm with you on
And
that.
Ron Keel still has the same voice today he had back then, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah, totally, totally. I think I had Right to Rock on my honorables. But you're right. Keel is one of those bands, again, they should have been bigger. And that they're just
Absolutely. I mean, especially, as they progressed, they only
I,
got better.
I was listening to
So
their self-titled album from
I
87.
fucking love that
What a
album.
great goddamn album. How that thing didn't explode is just beyond me.
I don't know that's a video we ought to do. Fucking bands that try to figure out that one ingredient because we got Doc and we got Keel, we got a band
Wasp.
that's over your shoulder, Lillian Axe. I
Hmm.
mean, we got so many bands that it's just dumbfounding
Yeah, and it's
how they
like
didn't get to the fucking stratosphere.
yeah, it's just amazing. It's unbelievable. It's just like so many bands where I think if I put together a list, let's say, I don't know, 50 albums or bands from this genre, I think my top 10 would mostly be lesser known albums because I've heard Appetite for Destruction, Hysteria, the self-titled Whitesnake album, all the big albums a million times where I may or may not go to that as often as like a Lillian X second album or Keel's self-titled album because you just never heard them that much. Just
Right. Like
weren't
if I were to
around.
pick, I mean, because I'm also an old fuck and well, right now my laptop is set on top of two flip cases, each have 500 CDs in them. So,
Hmm.
and I got more that you can't see off camera. But if I were to pick out a handful of CDs to put in my truck going on a long road trip or whatever, I'm not going to fucking pick Dr. Feelgood. I'm going to
Yeah,
pick, Under the Influence by Wild Side
there you
or,
go. Yep, yep.
something that didn't get the just reward that was absolute phenomenal.
Yeah, you're right, and that was part of the part of the game. You'd have a big song, and that would get played all the fucking time.
And here I go again on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but these lesser known bands, I'd rather instead of putting in fuck, I'm trying to think of something now. Instead of putting in like you say, like a Dr. Feelgood, I would even go with Too Fast for Love. That you don't hear that much. Maybe for a
Right.
song or two. But yeah, you're right. Totally right. All right, what that was your
You're number
five?
five.
All right, I'm closing my side one with, and you already mentioned the song from this album from Dawkins on the Lock and Key, Lightning Strikes Again. It's probably my favorite song off the album. Just so goddamn killer, especially at the end when Dawkins starts belting out lightning. Ah, it's fucking killer. So goddamn good.
It is. Oh, he just had such a fucking insanely good voice back then.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I mean,
You'll age now,
uh,
but
age and cocaine do that.
that would do that. Yes, cocaine.
Um,
Yes,
but
has
yeah,
those residual effects.
I mean, I last time I saw him live was probably 10 years ago. It was god awful. I mean, that's the best way I can describe how his voice was. It was
I
god
might have
awful.
seen him maybe a few years before that. I don't remember if it was during when an Angel Down by Sebastian Bach come out, like 2007 or
Yeah,
something like
something
that.
like that.
But I think it was his follow-up album he was on tour for. So it was him, Don Dokken, and Poison. And I don't think Don sounded that bad, but I have to say this, when he strutted out on stage, he looked like a fucking rock star. I was like, holy shit, the swagger of this fucking guy. God damn. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, I'll say the same about when I saw him last. Also, I mean, he's still got that persona.
Yeah.
You know, you can't race against Father Time and win
Yeah.
with your voice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. That,
but back then, oh, fucking insane.
yeah. Yeah. Holy shit. I said that fucking song, that whole album, but that song specifically for me showcases it. Like, god damn. All right. You're flipping your tape over, pop it inside two or B, depending what the fucking cassette says. What is the first thing on your second side?
Oh, this band has been mentioned, but nothing picked yet. Motley Crue. Theater of Pain is my favorite fucking album,
What did you say?
so it's
Mhm.
certainly going to be represented here with my favorite song off the album, Save Our Souls.
Ooh, okay. All right.
It starts with that little fucking. I mean, the fucking riff that Mick has in there is insane.
Hmm.
It's got a little bit of slide on it. I like a little bit of slide guitar. And it's just like a real trudgy pace. I fucking love that song. I love
That's a
that
good
album.
one. That's the thing. That one, I mean, I used to say that's probably one of their worst albums during the 80s. I think Girls, Girls, Girls is the bottom still. But over time, I've learned to appreciate that album way more than I did back in the late 80s. And it's got so many. I have a song off that album on my mixtape too. But there's so many really solid songs that I think the issue is the production sounds like shit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, terrible.
the production on that album is god awful. And
Yeah.
mixed guitar tone is horrid. But
I don't know what
that's
happened
not
with
on
that.
him. That's on Tom Werman.
Yeah,
So
of course, but what the fuck?
yeah,
That's something
from
that worked before. Yeah, there's something off with it. It doesn't have that beefy kick you in the balls sound like the first two albums did.
from what Mick said back in the day, is Werman had him playing through a Galley and Kruger amp instead of his
Yeah.
Marshalls.
There you go.
And I mean, there you go.
There you go. Yep. It's stupid. It's a stupid move. But again, the goofy look, a totally goofy look by the goddamn band at that time.
Goofy is a
So
fucking understatement. Vince Neil
stupid.
almost looks.
Coke.
Uh, uh,
Coke the
I mean,
shit.
I would think at that point, if Nicky would have drank a little bit more Jack and did a little less heroin, Vince may have been violated some night in a drunken rage.
But then again, Nikki Six looks stupid with his ice cream referee looking fucking outfit. Like, what are you doing? Like ice cream man kind of stripes. It just looked stupid. The whole thing looked dumb. Just
Uh,
really ridiculous. Again, cocaine in the 80s, making that kind of fucking weird shit. God
that
damn.
makes me wonder, if you snort enough coke, does it make you see pink? Would that explain some of the things that we've had to witness over the years?
But why do you have to see it when you're not on coke then? Why does everyone else have to see it? You
I
know,
suppose I suppose if you have to suffer from being out of coke, everybody else should suffer from you being out of coke.
There you go. There you go. The 1980s, Coke-fueled style and fashion. Oh man. And you like we said before, I don't know what it was, but this time in this genre, they just said, let's do fucking a mile line of Coke and see what we can come up with to wear for this, what we can wear for this
Yeah,
album. And
picture
it's just the fucking worst.
snort, 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 snort. Oh, stripper's ass. Snort,
Yes.
snort, snort, snort.
Oh, I'm gonna wear pink. I'm gonna dress like a cocaine ref. Oh, all right. I'm opening my second side with. I'm gonna say this. This album was kind of the beginning of the sweet spot for this band. It's from Kix's Midnight Dynamite, Bang Bang, and in parentheses, Balls of Fire. Fucking
Yeah,
probably my
awesome.
favorite off that goddamn album. But that's when they really got to where I think they should have been commercially successful on that album, not until a ballad 3 years later. But yeah, that's a
Right.
solid
And,
album.
and you're right that this is where their sweet spot started because it
You
went
know,
from this to Blow My Fuse. And I mean, just,
and Hotwire.
yep. I mean, it was just, that was their fucking money spot.
Yeah, and especially following up Cool Kids, which is a weird new wave shit is on that. Where it's
I
like, what?
remember seeing a video off of that on VH1 and thinking, who in the fuck is this?
We were cold kids out on the corner.
And then upon closer inspection, it's Kicks, and I'm like, what the
What
fuck
the
were they
fuck?
trying to do?
Do you know what song it was?
Oh God. Um, I'll have to think about it, but I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
Because the ones that always really stand out for me being like, what the shit, are Loco Emotion
It's a logo emotion.
and Get Your Monkeys Out.
Get your monkeys out. You gotta let your monkeys out.
It's just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? It was just and it didn't sound like the debut, and it doesn't sound like the follow-up. It's just this weird fucking, I don't know, maybe the record comes to do something different because new wave and people in thin
Oh,
ties are
maybe
popular.
they ate some powerful shrooms or some shit.
Yeah,
Jesus
something,
Christ.
something. Again, we can just say cocaine. Why not? But yeah, that Midnight Dynamite is a fantastic fucking album.
Hell yes, it is.
And yeah, it started a 3 album run of just kick-ass fucking albums. Such
Yeah,
good
and I
shit.
would actually have a track from this album in my honorables also.
Oh, okay. All right. What's your next tune?
Oh, you had the band and album already with Rat. I would have put Lay It Down on my list, but something told me you were going to, so I'm going to go with
Predictable like
You
that.
Should Know By Now.
That's a good one. There you go.
I fucking love that song. A little repetitive lyrically, but it's a kick-ass fucking riff and good song, and Steven still plays it now. When I
Mhm.
saw him earlier this year, he played it and I about fucking shit. I was like,
Nice.
hell yes.
And yeah, it's another band that just, I mean, their first 4 albums, went platinum, multi-platinum. I never understood why Detonator just all of a sudden only went gold and that was it.
I don't know. That's a good
So
question because
weird.
they added that before mentioned element of Desmond Child.
Yeah,
You listen
yeah,
to the songs off that album, there was no reason why it shouldn't have went triple platinum.
exactly. Exactly. It's a fantastic album. This one is too. I put the first two, on par with each other. Such great fucking albums, both of those. Just unbelievable shit. And they somehow were one of these early bands that made it big in the early 80s and kept putting out platinum records after that. You look at like other bands like Twisted Sister or Quiet Riot, after Metal Health and Stay Hungry, they never really got sold anything
No,
after that. Rat
no,
kept
they,
pumping out platinum albums.
no, I mean, after Stay Hungry, especially, I mean, Come Out and Play is represented in my list yet, so I'll kind of get to
Okay.
that then. But yeah, nowhere near as successful.
No, that one album. Someone said D. Snyder was saying some interview years ago, and he was like, "Oh, people call us a one-hit wonder. They're wrong. We had two hits." Like, yeah, and after that, nothing. Just they couldn't get
I,
any kind of traction on in their albums. Same with Quiet Riot. Quiet Riot put out good music after Mental Health. Couldn't go anywhere with anything. Kevin Dubrow being an asshole doesn't help, but
uh,
nothing. Just nothing. Myself, I'm gonna say with this album, I wasn't thinking of doing mixtapes earlier than '86. I felt like, hair metal wasn't that big. It was some, there's good music out there, but it really didn't explode just yet. And then I thought about this album, like I gotta do the video just to promote this fucking album because it's so goddamn good. And my next song is "Raise the Hammer" by Icon from their album Night of the Crime. What a
I'm not very familiar with it, but I have heard that
oh,
song.
it is
It's pretty
such a
fucking good.
goddamn good album. I mean, I would suggest everyone watching this go check it out. Fucking great band. Their first two albums, they're more metal, and their third album, Right Between the Eyes, is a little more hair metal-ish. But the first, I like all three of them. They're all great. But yeah, this album, I was like, I gotta put them somewhere on this because this album just kicks fucking ass. So
I'm gonna
goddamn.
have to give the whole album a spin. It's not something that's
Yeah,
in my collection, but that's the beautiful thing about YouTube. I'll find it.
yeah, yeah. Because this was the album that Eddie Trunk was working at Megaforce at the time and was like, "Oh yeah, we should do another album." It came out 4 years later, but it wasn't the same. I like it. I think it's probably my favorite by them, but this is a great album too. And Eddie Trunk he even gets credit on Right Between the Eyes as Ed Trunk, as one of the executive producers. And even he was like, "Yeah, I didn't like that album that much. It wasn't like the first two." And he's right. It's not. These guys were more metal on the first two albums, and this fucking album is fantastic. So goddamn good. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. Definitely check it out. All right, yeah, number eight. My Bronx coming through.
I am gonna go with a probably little heard band. I don't know if you've even heard of them. They're from the Great White North.
Take off through the great white north. Take off.
I mean, typically I don't have anything in Canada on my list.
Do
But
the
anyway,
anti-Jason.
nah, I
It's
mean,
always
I know
throwing
how much he
Canadian shit in this.
appreciates his country.
I get it. I
God
get
bless
it.
him for that. But I mean, this band pretty fucking badass. They're called Hanover Fist, and they have a song called "In the Middle of the Night." Um,
How do I? That sounds
if
so familiar.
if you've ever there's a bad B movie, as some people would call it, from the '80s, called The Wildlife, and
Okay.
I love the fucking movie. Think fucking Fast Times at Ridgemont High-ish type movie. Anyway, in the scene in there, this song plays in the background. And I remember watching the movie back in the 80s and then, late 80s when I got into hard rock and metal shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this song? It took me forever to figure out what the hell it was. And it wasn't until about 2 years ago where I actually got a reissue of the album that it's on. It's a fucking solid album, but real good fucking melodic hard rock slash metal from Canada.
What is it? Hand over fist or Hanover fist?
Hanover,
I have
Hanover.
heard of them. Okay, all right. The name sounds really fucking familiar. I don't know if I have it in my iTunes somewhere or whatever, but I've heard of the name. I definitely heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that hasn't heard the song should check it out. It's fucking badass.
I'll go revisit it. I'll go check it out. All right, my number eight. You mentioned the album already. It's my song from Motley Crue's Theater of Pain, Louder Than Hell.
Yeah.
I don't know how that wasn't a single. So,
And
so
that's
good.
actually a very good point considering how many
Yeah.
times they played it over the years.
That should have been the lead off track, not stupid smoking in the boys' room. That
Oh,
should have been the lead
definitely.
off. Because that song sounds like it could have been on Shadow the Devil.
And if there
Easily.
is a bootleg or what was considered a bootleg back in the day, the song was called Hotter Than Hell, and it
Yeah.
was demoed for Shout Out the Devil, but it didn't make the cut.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's so good. Yeah, that might be my favorite song off that one. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a fucking great
Again,
song.
yeah, I think even back in the day when I wasn't a huge fan of the album, that was I still love that one. That just had balls to it. And it's like again, if the guitar sounded better, I think it'd be even more of a kick-ass tune. But yeah, that's my favorite from that. So had to be
If
represented.
if it was possible, and of course it's not, I would have loved to have heard them go in and have Mick retrack the guitars with his rig from later on
I I don't.
and
Sorry, go
remix
ahead.
it and see what it sounded like. And I bet the hell that would be just a fucking earth shattering album.
I don't get why there isn't some kind of 40th anniversary reissue.
They did. I was talking to my drummer earlier, and he got the box set, the vinyl box set, and he said they remixed it. He
Oh,
didn't say
did
what
that?
it sounded like. I mean, there was one of the demos in there, and a live show. He said he wishes would have been on DVD or something instead of just audio.
Hmm.
But yeah, he bought off Amazon. That's something that's on my wish list.
Holy shit! How much does that fucking thing cost?
160 some bucks.
Oh, come on!
The box
Wow.
has
Wow.
a book full of pictures and shit. He said, it was worth money.
Cool. Wow. All right. All right. I can't believe that all these albums are fucking 40 years old. That's just mind blowing in itself.
Yeah, I feel way
Uh,
older all of a sudden.
I
Think,
know. Yep. All right, you're number nine.
oh, it's actually your number eight.
No, my number eight was Louder Than Hell.
Oh yeah, duh.
Duh.
Uh,
I know. Counting is hard.
okay, well, we did mention Twisted Sister, and Come Out and Play does have its moments.
Mhm.
The song Come Out and Play is one of those moments for me, and that's my pick for this. And fuck, I mean, it's borderline thrash metal as far
Yeah.
as the tempo of the song, and I think it's a great tune. Now, that should have been the lead off for the album as opposed to
Leader of the
Be
Pack.
Cruel to Your Screw or
Oh,
Leader of
that's right.
the hell it was.
That was it. It's Be Cruel to Your School. Yep.
Nothing like shooting your fucking self in the foot by releasing one of them two pieces of shit.
Yes. Yes. Oh God. Just yeah, that sealed it for them. They were done after that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I had that on my honorables. And yeah, like poor single choices, and it just went nowhere. And they were done. And that was it. They were done.
Right.
Unreal.
Just like Quiet Riot, they got fucking huge. Absolutely insanely huge. Well, you can't be pissed off, well, at least in your writing style, when you don't have money problems anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin DuBrow was a fucking prick to pretty much everybody.
Every
But the same can
everybody.
be said about Dee Snider. And
Yeah.
he can admit he was a fucking pain in the dick to deal with back in the 80s.
Well, even after, I might have been when they were recording this album, like Dee Snider had the writing credits on the song, so he was making way more money than the rest of the band. He'd
Yeah.
pull up in a fancy new sports car, and everyone was like, "What the fuck? What the hell? Why you living life like this?" And we're still struggling, day to day. But yeah, oh, I thought Dee Snider said something about that moment. I don't remember now. But yeah, it's like they're sitting there scratching their heads, going, "What the shit?" And then they just never got, they never had an album like that ever again. It just didn't happen.
Right.
That was it. They were done. What was the one? Love is for Suckers.
Yeah,
They
that was supposed to have been a D. Snyder
yeah.
solo album.
Yeah, and I guess they needed money so bad they were in the videos and shit. So they're like, hey, come, we're gonna name this the Twisted Sister
Well,
album.
I don't know if it was all of it, but I know Red Beach played a very large part in
Yeah,
recording guitar parts for it. AJ Pirro was not in the band at that point.
yeah.
So, I mean, it really was not a Twisted Sister album, but
No, it wasn't. Not at
and
all. Not at all.
album.
Yeah. All right, my number nine. I almost went with the title track for this one, but it's "Reach Out" from Stryper's "Soldiers Under God's Command." Fucking, that's close to. I don't know if that's my favorite album by them, but goddamn, it's so fucking good. And that's another band where it's like they put out so much good music and didn't really get huge. Maybe it's the image, maybe it's the whole God thing, whatever. But yeah, they should have been way bigger than just honestly. And after that, they kind of that was it. That was it. Though the
Yeah.
last two albums have been total kick-ass fucking albums. They've gotten better over the years, and they're a straight up metal band playing straight up kick-ass metal songs.
Oh,
Good shit.
I couldn't agree more. When
Yeah.
it got back together, what was it, around 2008,
Yeah.
2002, something like that?
Yep.
And then, I mean, I had heard they got back together. Then when I heard the song No More Hell to Pay, and I'm like, fuck. And it
Yeah.
got me way further into them than I was, back in the day. I mean, I like, To Hell with the Devil and,
Me too.
a lot of other shit from back then. But yeah, they progressively put out better stuff now than they did then. And
Hmm.
they're far more of a metal band than a hair band. They got shit because of the religion aspect, and they
I
got shit.
don't get that. I
Oh, they
never
got shit
understood.
looking like bumblebees too.
That's the other problem. They're dressed like bees. I get that. I can see like what the fuck.
Not the beast! Ah! Open my eyes!
But the whole thing is like, wait, why is it cool when you sing about the devil, but if you sing about Jesus, everyone gives you shit for it? It's like,
It
who gives a
doesn't
shit? The
really make
music
sense.
kicks ass. I don't
Yeah,
understand
it's
that.
fucking weird, but um, I mean, remember there was a brief moment around 2000 where Striper was considering doing a show with Slayer, or they were going
Hmm.
to, and it just never happened. That would have been pretty fucking awesome.
I would have said it'd be very interesting to see those two on stage throwing Bibles to Slayer fans. Holy shit. Who was it? Man, I want to say it was a song from Anthrax. I might be wrong. They're on that metal show, and they were talking about Striper, and they were just like, "Yeah, they fucking kick ass, and they don't get credit for how much ass they do kick." Like it was like they just don't get anyone. No one really gives a fuck because they talk about Jesus, they sing about Jesus. And he was like, "Who cares? The music's
Like
incredible."
you take the lyrics off of anything that Striper does, and especially now, you've got straight up blistering fucking metal.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And again, the whole band is just incredibly talented.
Oh yeah, especially with the addition of Perry Richardson on bass
Yes.
and backing vocals a few years back. He had way elevated it over Tim Gaines.
Yeah. And on this song specifically, like Michael Sweet's voice, fucking amazing. There's one part he belts out, reach out towards the end. Shit. God damn. Yeah, God must have blessed you with those fucking pipes. Holy shit. But yeah, it's a great album. Always liked them. They had to be on my mixtape. All right, what are you closing your tape out with?
A band who ended up turning partially into another band. A band called Max Warrior, and
Hmm.
joining forces later on with a band called White Heat, and we get Firehouse. But back when it was Max Warrior, it was just CJ and Perry, and I don't remember who else was in the band. but they did an album, and they have a song there called "Taken by Forces." And it's fucking incredible.
Really? So now I got to check that out. There we go. You check out Night of the
Yeah,
Crime. I'll check
so
out
it's
Taking
on
by
YouTube.
Forces.
The fucking album is Jesus Christ. How they didn't get big at that point, I have no idea.
Yeah. That's
But
messed up. You release an album, it doesn't go anywhere, and it's not until another 5 years of slugging it through where you finally have an album that makes it big. Fuck, that's commitment.
yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, holy shit. All right, I have to check that one out. I can't say much because I've heard of the name. I know the band. I've heard of the name. I gotta check it out now. Definitely put that by my to-do list. All right, I'm closing mine out. This band, I mean, people that like them, love them, and they're kind of known within, people that are a fan of the genre, and who knows why they weren't bigger. But I went with Crazy Nights by Loudness from their Thunder in the East album, closing it out with that one. Again, I don't know how these guys weren't big either.
I think it
Great
may have
album.
to do
Yeah.
with the Japanese vocals on some of this stuff.
Rock and roll crazy night. You are the shit.
The first two, I know the first two albums were in Japanese. This is the first album that's in English. So, I mean, I get all right, I get why the ones in that Japanese didn't make it big because no one knows the fuck they're talking about. This, I don't understand. I just can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's a great fucking album. I am
Yeah.
a fan of them. They were going to tour over here a few years ago, and they were going to be somewhat close to me. And I'm like, hell, I'm finally going to get to see Loudness. Well, then the fucking tour got canceled.
I know there's
But
a few times they had issues with coming over to the States.
mhm. Yeah, they got quite a bit of stuff that I like. So I would love to catch them someday if they ever make the trip.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's always some kind of, I don't know what the fuck, whatever issue going from Japan to here, what the problem is or whatever. I mean, maybe at the airport and they're getting stopped and like, nah, sorry, your paperwork didn't go through or your fucking passports aren't legit or whatever the fuck. But yeah, again, that should have been a band so many of these bands that should have broke big. But I think part of it is the fact that this genre didn't really start latching on to the public until the following year. But yeah, that's my mixtape. So, what are you naming your mixtape?
Pastel Aquanet.
Pastel. Fuck, I should have gone something with the colors. God damn it. All right, Pastel
I
Aquanet.
couldn't use, given the wardrobe choices back then.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't have some kind of album name that deals with pastel colors and cocaine. Maybe that's it. Pastel colors and cocaine. That could be the name of the album. But
Rainbow Coat
there
would
you
be
go, Rainbow Coke. I went with because 85 is the year that Back to the Future came out, and I couldn't get my head out of not naming something after it. And I put 1.21 gigawatts of hair. And uh
that works.
yeah, so it's the music is so rocking, it makes your mom want to make out with you. That's how good it is. Wants to suck
Oh,
face with you. You're
oh.
not ready for it, but your kids are gonna be. There you go. All
Ugh.
right, what
Ready?
kind of animals do you have?
You want to do honorables on this one?
Yeah, what animals you got?
All right. Well, I got Summertime Girls by Y&T.
That came out in
Uh,
84. Fuck.
Blondes in Black Cars by Autograph.
That's a good one. All right.
Um, I could have had several, the picks that I had, several different stuff by them, Kiss, Keel, whatever. But I'm not going to mention all that. Midnight Dynamite, the song by
It's a good one.
Kicks. Valhalla by Pantera. Remember,
Oh,
Pantera
Glam
was
Terra.
a glam metal band at one point.
Yep.
Um, I'm On to You by Hurricane.
That came out in 80, that was released 85 for some fucking weird reason.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was off
that's
Take What You
right.
Want.
Well, Take
And
What
then,
You Want came out in 86, I thought.
oh, I mean, maybe it is. It could be a discrepancy on what I found year wise online,
Again,
but
yeah, who knows? I
and then I had In the City, Cherokee by White Lion.
okay, nice. Yeah, those are good ones. All right, I had She Sells Sanctuary by The Cult. I'm not a huge fan of this band, but I do like this one. We Care a Lot by Faith No More. I have a couple that really I wouldn't consider hair metal, but Rock and Roll Children by Dio. I already said The Right to Rock by Keel. One of my favorite live albums of all time, and that's why I didn't make it, but 2 Minutes to Midnight, the live version from Iron Maiden's Live After Death. What a fucking great live album. And Let the Music Do the Talking by Aerosmith. That's a great goddamn song. Well, there you go, folks. There's your 85 mixtape right there. So, Jay, why don't you tell the good folks where they can find you at?
Well, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on X. You can find me right here. I'm everywhere.
You got an ass groove in the couch over there too. Like near Jason. You, Jason, and Patrick are hanging out over there by the stereo, pissing
Well,
off my mom with the volume.
I mean, somebody's gonna have to go make a beer run. So that's what we're gonna have Patrick do,
Eventually,
right? Get
eventually.
him a
There you
fake
go.
ID, send him to get a 6 pack.
Have Patrick go get it. All right. Let me go through my shit. Uh Find me on X, follow me on Twitter at HB Basement. Always talking music there. And download the Station Head app and tune into my radio show every Friday night at 8:30 Eastern to listen to deep tracks from metal, hair metal. Let me go through the all usual YouTube shit too. Like, subscribe, share, ring the bell or go to hell. And if you got any kind of your mixtape, put it down there in the comments. Say what you would have. Maybe we missed something you like. Go for it. Want to hear from you. Thank you for being on, Jay. You know I appreciate this. All you guys that come on,
Always a pleasure, man.
yeah,
I'm
give
happy to
so
be
much
here.
to the show. But thank you. And as always, keep your hair high and your metal horns even higher. Take care.
Rock and roll crazy night. You are the Brian, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know, really.